Hello and welcome back. So today I've just popped down to the allotment after all this wind that we've had. I just wanted to make sure that everything was okay and just double check on everything because I haven't had a chance to get down here in about a week and a half, and I'm quite surprised with how much everything's grown. Flip the camera around, we'll have a quick look around. Going to try and get a few bits done today, but we'll have a look at that at the end of the video. But we'll have a quick look now before I even do anything, just to show you what it looks like. So straight away you can notice a lot of these sunflowers have collapsed, but there's still a few stood up. But look how much them pumpkins have grown. I thought they'd fill this patch, but I didn't expect it to be like that. This vine is on top of the netting. And we've got some pumpkins. Go through and have a proper look at them now. This vine, also over there by the netting. Right, so we'll get on in, have a look at the sunflowers. They seem to have stood up pretty well to this wind, to be fair. We've got fruit set on the squash plants. On there, there's a bumblebee in there. And we've got a couple set on this one as well. We've got one here, one there. What's happened to that? Bit of slug damage by the looks of it. Come off. Don't want that one. We've got a big one there. Another one here. Another one there. Just everywhere. This one's the biggest one. As you can see, it's pretty big now. It's even got a little smiley face on it. I don't know if I should be covering it up or what, I'm not really sure. But I've cleared out from underneath it. And I'll give everything a good clear out and try and flatten here out. Try and get it sat on something so it's not sat on the floor. We've got another one here. Another one there. Another one there. This one looks like quite a large one. Just get in and remove some of these leaves from around them. Any more? Is there any more? Another one back there. Yeah, we've got a squash set there. So yeah, the pumpkins are doing really well. Really happy with them, especially after the little setback we had at the beginning when we planted them out. I didn't think that they were going to make it, if I'm completely honest with you. But for them to have come all the way to here, they're good sturdy vines. This vine did have a big split in it as well, but it seems to have recovered from that, and it seems to be growing pretty well. So very happy with the pumpkins. They're doing really well, as are all the squashes that we've got along the side here, and the cabbages. They're doing better on this side than on the other side. We do have a couple more squashes in and amongst them as well. I'm going to try and get these sunflowers staked up today. Get these ones deadheaded These cabbages along here, they're absolutely covered in caterpillars. I'm going to come through and get as much of them off as I can. Usually red cabbages tend to get left alone a bit, but doesn't matter. Then we've got beetroot at the back here. Some of these aren't far off ready to be pulled. Got a few small ones there, so they're in clumps of 3 or 4, so I can just go and pull the small ones out and leave the bigger ones out, and leave the smaller ones to grow on. Leeks don't seem to have done much. Needs to come in and weed everything desperately. Everything's coming back through. And the potatoes, they're all collapsing over. I'd say they're not too far off done for the late planting that we had. I think they're doing all right. Should have some nice potatoes in here maybe. Might pull a few by the end of the day, just have a quick look, see what they're doing. Here I planted some beetroot and some beans, but the beans have been absolutely battered, so they're probably going to come out. But I planted a couple more rows of beetroot there, and I had made a start on clearing this bit, but it's just growing back. But we are slowly getting through it. I'm just going to work my way a little bit at a time. We'll slowly get there. Got the stuff on order to start making raised beds at the back here, so I don't really want to go wasting my time clearing too much of here now for it all just to grow back again. So what I will do is run through it with a strimmer and then just pull out as much as what I can by hand. The brassicas under here are all doing really well. Got a couple of these broccolis, they've got heads on them now, so they'll be good to go in a couple of days. The swede, they're starting to fill out as well, so we should get at least a couple of those. There's broccoli there. And then we've got some more broccoli right on the far end. No signs of any heads on those just yet either. So hopefully it won't be long till we're harvesting those. And then these will follow just afterwards. And I do have a load of cauliflowers ready to go in. So I do need to try and sort somewhere for those to go. I'm thinking along the back here somewhere, out the way. Get another net up. And they can go there out the way. Right, so I'm going to spend an hour having a bit of a clear up here, just do a bit of weeding. I might run the strim around, might cut the grasses around the edge, but I'm going to spend a good hour just pottering about and try and get a few bits done, and I'll pop back once I've done all that and show you what we got done. Right there guys, so as you can see we've done a bit of clearing around here. We've weeded everything in there, weeded it all into here, cleared all back down here. I've scraped all this area here clear, harvested a couple of plants of potatoes, pulled up 2 plants from here, and that's what we've had. And there are some lovely looking spreads in there, a couple of holes in them. Did pull out a massive slug from in between these ones, so I'm a bit within 2 minds whether or not to get the rest of these pulled up, harvested. Obviously I won't be doing that today. Have also pulled up 2 from this end. These are the red ones, bit of damage, bit of scab, but within 2 minds whether or not to pull up the rest of these now or come back in a couple of days and get them. I think so what I'll do is I'll come back in a couple of days for them, Once I sort out some more, I'm going to keep them all, because if you've been watching the previous videos, you'll know I'm in the middle of harvesting all the potatoes at home as well. So we do have an absolute abundance of them at the moment. I've been through and cleared around these pumpkins and just made sure that they're sat right. I've dug up where the stem had rooted here, just so if this starts to lift, it's not going to put strain on the stem. The stem should come up with it. So as the pumpkin grows, obviously this part is going to get higher, so it needs to be able to lift this stem up. Ideally, I will come and support it with a couple of bits of timber underneath it eventually, but for now that should be okay. But that is looking really good and I'm well happy with that. But then guys, that's going to be it for me today. Just like to say massive thank you to everyone for watching. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. I'm going to come back in a couple of days and get the rest of these potatoes harvested, but for now we're going to be leaving with our first harvest from this allotment, which I'm made up with. So thanks for watching and catch you on the next one. Bye for now.